fighting longer than I can remember.
Slice and die. Literally rip that dude in hard.
Let's go. We been there, baby.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man.
Would have fooled me.
Trouble just has
Him
a way of
being
finding
in
me.
the suit, though, dude. And that right there going straight up is like out his head. Oh my God.
Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run.
Oh my God.
That's always waiting.
This right here.
Oh, so good.
Look at that lighting. Dang. Ah, yeah.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Oh man, that. Woo. Fall 2026.
Boy. Derek.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
Dude, we are so here for this, man. Like first of all, him being in the suit, seeing the suit, the iconic yellow suit is so great. Obviously, having some hints of characters that we'll get. It's like just the Spider-Man games. We get hints, Of course, we'll get more reveals. Like Insomniac has done very well across 3 different Spider-Man games of being true to comics, being like paying homage to the comics, giving them the love that they deserve. And the number one question was, like Spider-Man wasn't that violent? Wasn't that violent? Like, will they keep it a teen-rated game? And obviously, from the first shot, it's like, nope, we ripping dudes' heads off. You know what I mean? Like, we blowing limbs off. So no, like that shot right there, like no, that answers that they are staying true to the comics. His visceralness in the comics will be in this game. Insomniac knows this. Insomniac, like even though they weren't as gory in the movies, like the movies never portrayed Wolverine as like, as like, oh, we're gonna keep him like a PG hero. No, he is an R-rated hero. The way he fights needs to be, given the due process, and we saw that on full effect and more in this trailer. So I'm happy that they're not straying from the reservoir. We're getting like the tie-ins. Like I didn't expect this. I would expect Omega Red. You would expect Sabretooth. Like it's like Batman without the Joker. You can't have Wolverine without Sabretooth.
But Mystique being in there too.
Yeah, that was, and then seeing the Sentinels at the end was a nice shock. So I wonder if they will have any ties to any will other like X-Men pop up, or will it just be straight Wolverine? Like I'm not expecting the entire cast. But let's say like
Cyclops
Professor
showing
X, or Professor X showing up, or Magneto showing up, because you would think this would be a game just solely on his enemies, like Sabretooth, Omega Red, whomever was else part of Weapon X, Silver Samurai. But seeing Mystique is like, and the Sentinels, like, okay, like how much of this X-Men universe are you going to explore in this game? And I don't know, like it's so good, man. So what are your takeaways?
Dude, I love that it's hitting like several locations. Like it's hitting him being in Madripoor, it's hitting him being in Japan, and even like with the snow, I'm sure it's like because he does live in like Canada, like the wilderness of Canada at points, and then it looks like he's at some Spanish town as well. So like seeing that he's like constantly moving, trying to get away from the violence that does keep following him because he is Weapon X and everything. I think it's going to be great. And it seems like he is an established Wolverine. We're not getting like origins side of things.
Yeah, because I mean, seeing him in his coat, like walking around, it's like I do wonder if we will get like him like trying to live like a normal life, and then it's like, all right, now he's pulled back in type of thing. And like I wonder if we'll start him out in the yellow suit, he puts it away, like he like tries to like retire from it, and then it pulls out, and then he has to go back in the suit. Like, I wonder. Of course, we got a year to dissect this, you know, and we'll see plenty more trailers between now and then. But you know, just dissecting this first actual snippet, other than just the bar scene, you know, the trailer we've had for 5 years of him just like no face, just claw, and then like the fist, and then the claws coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
dude, I'm excited, and the actor, like the portrayal, like this look with his face right there, like just
I don't know if I'm sold on the voice, but I mean, again, I'm basing this off of Hugh Jackman and the 90s Wolverine. Like, it's hard to replicate that kind of style, but it'll grow on me. But like, his face is like the facial animations and whatnot are on point for sure.
Yeah, and maybe we get a God of War 2018 moment where he has to go get the yellow suit and put it on.
That would be dope. but you know, and Insomniac's different from Santa Monica, and this is Insomniac is new to the Marvel gaming sphere, like, well, still new-ish to the Marvel gaming sphere. Whereas God of War's had an established history, you know, dating back all the way to the PS2. They wouldn't have, if that was going to be the same thing, they wouldn't have showed the yellow suit in the trailer.
True. You know, I'm wondering, it's like he's been running, and then he knows he's got to.
They could go to the Weapon X facility, though.
Could go to the Xavier School for Gifted Children.
Yeah. So I have questions.
Okay.
One pertaining to the release date, but I'll save that one for the end, because it's a bigger subject at hand. So, do you think? So yeah, do I know I alluded to? It's like, okay, since we got Mystique, it's not just going to be the Weapon X version of Wolverine, where it's like a smaller cast of characters. Like, how much of the wider, not even Marvel verse, but like X-Men verse, do we see? Do you think, at least in this first game? Because if that, let's just say for argument's sake, that game does gangbusters like Insomniac games have been doing lately.
Yep.
And it gets a sequel, we'll obviously get more. But because I know in Spider-Man 1, they tease, you know, obviously, but he has a much wider rogues gallery than Wolverine does.
Yep.
We didn't see a lot of the expanded Spider-Man cast. Do you think we see a lot of X-Men, or do you think we just get teases here and there of other people just popping in from the X-Men universe?
I feel like it's going to be probably a smaller cast with like some cameos and nods. Just because if you put too many people, you're going to want, oh man, we got to see Cyclops. Man, I wish we could got more Cyclops.
And then it takes away from it being a Wolverine game and just an X-Men game.
Yeah. So getting to focus on him, like having Mystique in there, I'm like, what is she going to be up to?
Do we see the Brotherhood of Mutants?
Yeah. It's like, do we see, you know, any of that? And I think, you know, having the Sentinels in there, I feel like that's going to be a very large set piece that potentially is going to be kind of the maybe an end set piece.
Yeah,
you know,
like the final mission.
Yeah.
Well, not maybe a final mission, but like the final act.
Yeah, for like Wolverine to take on a Sentinel by himself is a lot.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like,
even a team of mutants to take down a Sentinel is a lot.
Yeah, so it's like, do we get something there? You know, I just want to play it at this point.
I know. So my other question is obviously Insomniac, you know, we've alluded to it. You know, they did 3 Spider-Man games, potentially maybe a Venom spinoff, you know, in there at some point, you know, that's rumored. But now we have a Wolverine game. Now, obviously, the Spider-Man games are more akin to the Batman Arkham games, like in terms of style, you know, gameplay, like the counters, the stealth, all that.
Yep.
Wolverine is going to be an entirely different game, but also going to be entirely different style of game in sense of the more visceral, the more mature tones, like slicing limbs off and whatnot, where Spider-Man never really did that. Do you think that Insomniac, even if it's a slight tease, like you read something on a poster or in a newspaper article, that they somehow hint of maybe a connected universe between Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Oh, it's connected. Like I feel like it's connected 100%.
But I feel like they have to keep it separate because let's just say that they do a team up game. Like, how would you incorporate Wolverine's visceralness into a Spider-Man? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, their game, like Spider-Man won't be like breaking necks and everything like that. But it's like, could you allow for that in a game if they ever were to do like a crossover? I don't think they will. Full disclosure, but
I don't know, but I think they could still live in the same universe. Yes, Wolverine and Spider-Man have been in the same place and like have done things together.
right.
But usually the people that Spider-Man like works with is more of like the Fantastic Four or Daredevil
or Blade.
and even Blade, even Deadpool. You know what I mean? So it's I feel like that's more of like his speed compared to Wolverine.
Dude, what if we got as like a secret boss fight, like the Axe and God of War moment reveal? Like we got Deadpool and it's like Ryan Reynolds voicing him in the game. That'd be cool.
Now I'm going to throw
a little too much on the nose. I don't know if Insomniac would be able to pay Ryan Reynolds, but you know.
Yeah. I've got one. This is more like comic book lore.
Yeah.
But the reveal, the first time you see Wolverine is in a Hulk comic where he's fighting the Hulk.
Oh.
So like have it like you go through all of this and then like at some point you have to fight the Hulk or whatever. And that's their way of kind of like bringing the Hulk into this universe and eventually getting a Hulk game because there was some good Hulk games back in like the AA space, you know?
Yeah, it was. You said like Hulk, that would be a great opening because you think about it. Each of the Spider-Man games has had a big opening set piece moment with a villain. Like Spider-Man 1 was Kingpin, Miles was the Rhino, Spider-Man 2 was Sandman. So that Hulk or something along those lines, maybe the Juggernaut, maybe Sabretooth, maybe Blob. Like there's you name you name someone that Wolverine's interacted with, that could be the opening set piece boss fight essentially for this game. If they follow suit again, Insomniac could say, we don't want to be formulaic. This is a different character. This is a different style of game we're making. Let's just make it completely separate from Spider-Man. It can exist in the same universe, but let's differentiate it from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I do like the opening being kind of that because it's a cool set piece, but it's also a way to hide the tutorial within that, and it doesn't feel like it's slowing it down. You feel like you're still getting story.
True.
And you're not getting baby talk of the game.
What if this is another one? I mean, it wouldn't be as cool in my opinion, but what if it's like, all right, the opening set piece moment is you in the Weapon X facility and you're breaking out. Like you're breaking out and then it does a flash forward, to after you've already been Wolverine and established yourself,
Yeah. Could be the Danger Room. And and they're doing like a training thing, and it could be something big because the Danger Room and all of that has all of that would be a dope way to do it. But I'm down for whatever Weapon X facility.
We're just glad we saw something other than a teaser trailer at this point, brother. Now, do you have any more before I get to my final question about the release date? Do you have any final thoughts?
I love that they're going visceral. I love the combat. Like there's a Xbox 360 game that was like Wolverine Origins.
Yeah, it was based on the terrible 2009 movie.
But the game was fantastic.
Oh yeah, the game itself was it was separate. It was in that movie universe, but it was separate. It was great.
And it gives me the feeling like some of the combat, I'm like, okay, this is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what Insomniac does because the flow, the combat, what we've gotten from Spider-Man has been so good. But only time will tell because he's literally like has 3 knives on his hands.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see.
All right, Derek, ask me your last question.
So when I saw this, because this is before I saw the Halloween release date, putting the stock together, fall 2026. pretty much a year out from now. So you can probably, it's going to take around the Ghost of Yote slot time frame. Do you think GTA 6 has set a new precedent with release dates now? Because when GTA 6 came out, it never gave like a real release. Well, it kind of got delayed internally, never really a hard date. But then it's like, all right, planting our flag, May, whatever, 2026. And now that was a year because we got that in this past May. So do you think that they're setting a new precedent? Because the Halloween game's pretty much a year out. Wolverine's now a year out, and even though it doesn't have like a month date, it's got a release window for 2026. Do you think, because a lot of games like now for different factors, whether it's internally, whether it's shareholders, whether it's big corporations, whatever, when they give a release date, it's usually within like a 6 to 8 month window, so it's a shorter time span. And then when it gets down to crunch, it's like, oh, we need more time. Stuff is buggy. Blah 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 blah. They get delayed. People get upset. Shareholders get angsty about their ROIs. Do you think setting a year out gives them plenty enough time? Because they've been working on this Wolverine, and like this, the teaser trailer came out 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and this is giving them, they've had plenty of time to work on it. Obviously, we've said ad nauseum, game development is hard, and with the bigger budgets now, it takes you longer to make the games that you want and envision. Do you think like having like a year window now? Because I know it's dangerous that Sony's doing this now, because it used to be like I like the shtick where they're just like, we revealed it and we're not giving a date because we don't want to set false expectations and just let it happen. But now it's like, okay, this year out where it's kind of giving you an idea of what to plan around, but also it's like it's giving them more time. Now it could still get delayed. Don't get me wrong. Like September 8th for Halloween could still mean it gets delayed till maybe 2027 or like later into fall 2026. And Wolverine, just because it comes in fall, doesn't mean it won't get delayed till early 2027. But do you think this is more of a new trend where it's like, all right, if we plant this flag here, it's giving us a longer tail to make sure the game comes out on time and it's more polished? Or do you think this is not like it? Do you think these 3 games are just outliers?
I think GTA doesn't play by any rules.
Oh yeah, but people follow their trends though. You know what I mean?
They do. The other ones, I don't know. The Halloween one, I was kind of surprised that they put a actual date instead of a window. It was kind of shocking to see this from Wolverine. I think it also is telling of the industry right now, where they have to say, hey, this is coming. Go wish list this, be excited for this, go buy consoles
to get pre-orders up,
to get pre-orders and all of that, because they're
now with prices going up, it's like you need to save, so we're going to give you extra time to save so you can buy the console and then get our game.
Yeah, so I feel like it's more of that, where they're trying to get an influx of, hey, people want this, people are excited about this, X, Y, and Z, because that's usually why you put a trailer out, actually, is like, hey, we're working on this, be excited, buy this thing, and I know you worked at GameStop for a while. It's like a lot of people, like, how many pre-orders do you think would happen within a week, like a GameStop? Like after a big
like showcase?
Yeah.
It would depend. Okay, not to get in the minutia, it would depend on the game, and it would depend on if it was up in our system. Like the Wolverine being fall 2026, I don't know if it would be up in our system to pre-order right away. Even Halloween being as far as away, it might. Who knows? Like there's been games like,
let's say GTA 6.
Like GTA 6. Oh, the moment it got a release date, I'm sure at least probably 20 to 30 pre-orders within the first couple days. You know what I mean? Like people would just like, now maybe it would, of course it would gain momentum closer to the release date, but I'm sure people would want to lock that in. Like the hardcore players would lock that in ASAP. Now bigger cities would be more, but I'm just basing it off of my small store.
Yeah. It's interesting. Michael says Wolverine makes me want to buy a PS5, and Bane said same. And that is one thing that we've been kind of missing from this generation of PlayStation, is the games that make people want to buy the console, and this being the first game within potentially a series of games, instead of, oh, this is God of War 2 or this is Spider-Man 2. It's like we get in Saros, however you say it. That's a new game that looks amazing. And then you're getting Wolverine that looks amazing. So you're getting these games that are like the beginning of a series that will say, oh man, I'm really excited about that, instead of, oh, well, can I play this because it's the second? You know what I mean? Like a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I'm gonna bury the lead here and be like,
Just
at the end of so obviously make as long as the game's good and it's polished and it's playable, I don't care. But just to placate, the corner of the internet that's like, why isn't it sooner? Are you, considering that we first saw this game 5 years ago, are you kind of does it make you feel any way that it's not maybe like a spring or summer release, instead of we have to wait a whole nother year for this game after we've waited 5 years between when we got a teaser to actual like more gameplay of it? Or is it just like cool? Like I'm of the second camp that's just like, cool, we've got a gameplay trailer, we're stoked, it did what it needed to do, and and I know roughly when it's coming out. I don't care.
I don't know, dude. Like, we got Spider-Man 2 in 2023.
Right. And we got, and of course that game was further along, obviously, but we got Spider-Man 2, like, because we saw them in the
same thing.
In the same thing in 2021. And then 2 years later, Spider-Man 2 dropped, and now it's like 5 years later or going to be 6 years. Yeah, 5 years later is going to be Wolverine. So
yeah,
I don't know. Like again, I just know, as long as I know in the game, like, take all the time you need. If the game's going to look this gorgeous, just ensure the rest of it is gorgeous.
Well, and I think Sony kind of misstepped, or Insomniac kind of misstepped with showing Wolverine too early. Just like Bethesda shouldn't have shown Elder Scrolls 6 that early, because my God, you know what I mean?
Well,
so it's
and I think they learned their lesson, Insomniac did, because there was rumors that it was like, oh, we're gonna see Wolverine gameplay, and they're talking about maybe showing a Venom teaser or whatever, and we never saw that. So I think it's like, it probably is true, like a Venom spinoff, but I think there's like, let's get Wolverine further along, or at least close to release, and then we'll show our next project that we're working on.
Yeah. Let's hit a few questions real quick. Who are the cyber enemies? Not sure. I think this is probably an Insomniac creation, possibly. I've never seen like the cyber people on in the comics or anything. Bane says, I smell some time skips. It could be. That would be actually pretty dope, because one of my favorite things with, like, it might have been Origins. It was like seeing Wolverine, like, I think it was the second movie. It was the one that had the Silver Samurai in it. It was where he went to Japan. But where he literally was like in World War II, and then, it went further, and all of that would be pretty dope. Murdoch, I hope they leave room for sequels. Oh yeah, they're going to milk this.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because Disney wants the money. You can't stop feeding the beast that is the Mickey Mouse. Do you like? He brings up an interesting idea. Do you think we'll get DLC from this game?
So we never got DLC for Spider-Man 2, even though it was really heavily rumored that Daredevil would come in, and it never did. So I think because of the way the DLC was handled in Spider-Man 1, because we never got DLC in Miles Morales either. I think because of that's how it was handled, I don't think we get that. Now, I do think they might do the Miles Morales treatment and might do like a smaller experience. Like, again, we don't know the cast of characters or his allies that are going to be in it, but let's just say Deadpool does come and he's an ally of Wolverine. Like, we could do like a smaller experience Deadpool game. I don't know, set in that same universe as Wolverine. Who knows? Like, I'm just spitballing here. I know nothing. But I could see more of that than actual DLC. But again, maybe Insomniac changes their minds. It's like, hey, maybe we can do something. Maybe we can try our hand again in a different way with this DLC. I don't know.
Yeah, I I know like Miles Morales spun out of a DLC
Yeah,
for them, and then the same thing with
Uncharted,
yeah,
The
Uncharted.
Lost Legacy.
Yeah. So it's like it could happen. I don't know. It just kind of really depends. If they're working on like a smaller project after it, that's fine. Maybe we see, somebody else from the X-Men that we get to
Yeah,
play as. But then again, you're changing the whole combat if you do that.
dude. What if? Because I know we saw it, but we didn't see her fighting Logan. What
Mhm.
if Mystique's an ally and they do a Mystique game?
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Like
Yeah.
espionage, like
Yeah,
assassinations. That'd be cool.
yeah. Because they
That'd be
already
pretty
have that
dope.
imprint with the Spider-Man games, so it would be easy just
Mhm.
to carry that out. It'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. I would love that.